Okay, so today I'm going to cover the first three things that I did to start cleaning up my world when I got sick. These are the exact things I did to eliminate as much burden on my body as I could. And for each area, I'm going to give you a summary of the issue. I'm going to present some alternatives for you, and I'll finish up with a quick application. Like, really, how does this work in the real world? Okay, are you ready? Grab yourself a pen and a paper or pull up that text app on your device so you can take some notes. Let's dive in. Welcome back to the Sunshine Cafe, where we pour positive back into your day, sharing stories from real people who have made it through some real struggles, but were able to restore their health, hope, and peace. I'm Lisa Roers, your host, and as a certified coach, I'm here to guide you to be your best self-advocate, to help you restore your health, ignite your faith, and conquer those fears while you navigate your own healing journey so you can eventually exchange your dis-ease for durability. If you're looking for hope and encouragement to live a life you love, then you're in the right place. Let's dive in. Hello, friends, and welcome back to the Sunshine Cafe. I'm Lisa Roers, your host, and we are in the middle of a little mini-series. A mini-sode? No, it's a mini-series. We just started last week, and don't worry, if you missed last week's episode, well, you could go back and listen to it, but I'll also give you a quick recap here so you know exactly what you need to know before we dive in and continue on. So, last week I shared a brief summary of my health journey and shared with you how this autoimmune disease popped up into my life out of nowhere, and in a relatively short period of time, things progressed to the point where I really couldn't even walk. It was too painful. Over 3 years, I saw 26 doctors across 8 different medical specialties and spent a lot of time and a lot of money getting no answers. Maybe you can relate with that. Everybody that I saw agreed that something was wrong, but nobody could give me a solid diagnosis, and the only recommendation for what to do to heal and restore my body was to fill me up with steroids. But the side effects of steroids are permanent. They're damaging and they're scary. So I did start the steroids, but I quickly dove into the research so I could learn how to get healed and get off of them as fast as possible. The research showed me clearly that not just one thing, but thousands of things were making me sick, like 1,000 little internal paper cuts putting a strain on my system and overtaxing my immune system. But through my research, I also discovered something called proteolytic enzymes. After researching them very carefully, I decided to start taking them. Surprisingly, after just a couple of weeks, those enzymes reduced the inflammation enough where I could walk again. I was ecstatic. But when I told my rheumatologist about this, he looked at me puzzled and said, "What are proteolytic enzymes?" That was the moment I knew right then and there I had to take a much more proactive role in regaining my health. So I embraced the role of being my own self-advocate for healing, and I became more and more determined to restore my health. Fast forward a few years past tons of research and learning and experiments and failures and mistakes and successes, and I'm just again so happy to tell you that I'm healthy. I'm growing stronger and more durable every day, and I'm living life and living it to the full. Okay, so today we're going to talk about how to start making changes so you can also break free from the things which might be affecting your health. These are the exact changes I made when I was approaching my health journey. I'm going to cover 3 main areas that are the easiest areas to start making some changes. Things that you can start doing today for free. Trust me, I totally understand how hard it is to change, but if you're sick, if you're in pain or you're dealing with a diagnosis or some other symptoms, or if you're in a situation like I was and you just don't have any answers from your doctor about what action you can take to start making your life better, then you need to start taking matters into your own hands and implement as many toxin-reducing changes as you can. You can't eliminate everything that's causing those 1,000+ internal paper cuts that might be affecting your health, but you can do a lot. And if you're here today and you're just looking for what you can do to prevent disease, well, then you can take the suggestions I'm offering also, with maybe a little less conviction. But I'd argue pretty strongly with you that why wait? Why wait until you have a diagnosis? Remember, it takes years to develop these chronic issues like cancer, diabetes, heart issues, and more. Those chronic diseases don't just pop up into your system overnight. So while you're living life and ignoring the things that you're doing to your body is slowly building up a big fat disease for you to be diagnosed with sometime in maybe the not so distant future. So maybe it's a good idea to start making some of these changes now. So perhaps that unexpected out of the blue diagnosis will be one that you never get. That would be very encouraging. And here's the great news. Our bodies are pretty good at handling some toxic load. But after years and years of a really heavy-duty pileup of that constant, heavy, toxic burden, well, that's when our defense systems get outnumbered and we start to have noticeable issues, diagnoses and inflammation, pain, and disabling symptoms. So let's start simple. The more action you can take to clean up the things that are going in your body or in your home and around your body, then the less work your body has to do to remove those things from the inside. So what are the easiest things that you can do to start cleaning up your life and your environment and reduce the toxic load on your system right now? Well, I'm going to cover the first 3 things that I did to start cleaning up my world when I got sick. These are the exact things I did to eliminate as much burden on my body as I could. And for each area, I'm going to give you a summary of the issue. I'm going to present some alternatives for you, and I'll finish up with a quick application. Like, really, how does this work in the real world? Okay, are you ready? Grab yourself a pen and a paper or pull up that text app on your device so you can take some notes. Let's dive in. All right, my friends, the number 1, first and easiest thing you can do to clean up your home and lessen the load on your body's system is to clean up your cleaning products. Let's start with a few statistics. People who work in the cleaning industry have a 50% higher risk of developing asthma and a 43% higher risk of chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. Women in that same study showed an increased risk of cancer, all from the cleaning products, both using them and inhaling the vapors while they were using them. Also, a peer-reviewed study from 2023 analyzed 30 different cleaning products such as multi-purpose cleaners, glass cleaners, air fresheners, and more. These everyday cleaning products were found to be releasing hundreds of volatile organic compounds into your home. Volatile organic compounds, or VOCs, are organic compounds that have a high vapor pressure at room temperature. These are the things that are responsible for the odor and the scents that we smell. This applies to both perfumes as well as pollutants. And these VOCs contaminate indoor air and put a lot of toxins into your breathing air, which means you're putting those toxins into your lungs. Breathing the fumes from these products is one thing. Using them with your hands is a whole nother level. While the marketing will tell you that most household cleaning products are reasonably safe when used as directed, I'm not so sure reasonably safe when used as directed is comforting for me. Let me read for you the warning label on the Clorox toilet bowl cleaner. It says, and I quote, "Causes irreversible eye damage, causes skin irritation. Prolonged or frequently repeated skin contact may cause allergic reactions in some individuals. Do not get toilet cleaner in eyes, on skin, or on clothing. For prolonged use, wear gloves. Wash thoroughly with soap and water after handling. Remove and wash contaminated clothing before reuse. Use only in well-ventilated areas. Keep out of reach of children. Hazardous to humans and domestic animals." Wow. Each year, there are more than 10,000 people who go to the emergency room with cleaning product injuries. Many of those are children, but some of them are also just adults. And these are just the acute cases which actually needed ER treatment. What subtle damage are those cleaning products doing to your body every day, which little by little are building up over time? my suggestion? Stop using toxic chemicals to clean with. And if you do, your home, your kids, and your body will be much happier. Okay, so great. What do you use instead, right? Well, believe it or not, a very simple soap like Dr. Bronner's soap will kill bacteria just as effectively as those highly toxic products do. And that one soap can be used for nearly your entire home. You can also find silver-threaded microfiber cleaning cloths. And silver has been recognized for its antimicrobial property for centuries. The microfiber cleans your surface. The silver cleans your cloth so you don't spread the germs to other surfaces. For other cleaning alternatives, you can also try green label alternatives such as the 7th generation products. Look at the ingredients and the warning labels. If the label says it can cause irreversible damage, I might suggest you try another product. So, this particular change is an easy change to make, and in the end, it will even save you money. You don't need all of those toxic cleaning products. Gather up those toxic chemicals, your toxic laundry detergent, your bathroom soaps, your cleaners, your hand soaps, and all of those toxic things. Bring those toxic products to your local environmental center where they will dispose of them safely. Please, please, please hear me on this. If you've wandered away, please come back to me and do not pour those cleaners down the drain. No, please keep in mind that what goes into your drain goes into our water system. And so that leads me to number 2. The second easiest thing you can do to clean up your home and lessen the load on your body is to clean up your drinking water. The average adult human body is made up of approximately 60 to 65% water by weight. That's a lot of water. And if you're fighting any kind of dis-ease, your body needs to be drinking a lot of water, maybe even more than normal, to flush out the bad and make way for the good. In fact, there are certain healing cellular functions that cannot happen without sufficient water. So you want to be sure that you're getting more than enough water. But that water has to be clean. Hydrating your body with a bunch of extra chemicals, well, that's only going to exacerbate the problem you're already trying to solve. And I'm sorry to tell you that sodas, bottled beverages, carbonated water, and coffee is not hydrating you. In fact, since coffee is a diuretic, it is actually encouraging your body to get rid of water. So for every cup of coffee you drink, you have to drink at least one more glass of water. And depending where you live in the world, finding good, clean water is just not always an easy proposition. In America, there's a problem with our water that far too many people ignore. There's well water and there is city water. Well water is sourced from private wells. City water is publicly treated water sourced from the surface, which is most common, or from groundwater supplies. Well water tends to be higher in minerals because it's naturally filtered through the earth. City water, however, is treated water used by the masses. And although it may be considered more reliable, the water you're getting might also be delivering its own set of issues. Consider for a moment the chemicals that we pour down our drains, those paintbrushes that you rinse out in your kitchen sink, those cleaners we just talked about when you rinse off your shower or flush your toilet after cleaning, and the thousands and thousands of pounds of pesticides that we put on our lawns to kill the weeds, which inevitably wash down the streets and into the sewer. All of those products are going into the water system, not to mention pharmaceuticals. Wow! How many people in our country are taking multiple pharmaceuticals? I know some people who are on more than 10 of them. And if you think about it, all of those pharmaceuticals are getting eliminated into the water system every single second of every single day. That water is then gathered into a water treatment facility where it's treated. They treat it with carbon filtering and a process of adding chemicals to disinfect the water like chlorine and chloramine and chlorine dioxide to kill the bacteria and the viruses in the water. And also the bacteria that gathers inside the pipes that bring that water to your home. Then, depending where you live, the city will add fluoride to your water that they claim is to help your teeth. Which may be true at some level, but in 2014, fluoride was documented as a neurotoxin that could be hazardous to child development, along with 10 other chemicals including lead, arsenic, toluene, and methylmercury. In this study, they found that higher levels of fluoride were associated with lower IQ scores. If we're giving fluoride in our toothpaste and fluoride treatments at the dentist, I just don't know if I really trust drinking water that also has fluoride added. In general, let's just say, given the lack of consensus on the matter, I think I'd rather parent my child to rinse their mouth well after eating sweets, brush well, and take care of their teeth with a mineralizing toothpaste like earth paste versus drinking a bunch of extra fluoride in their bodies, which might be affecting their cognitive ability. So while our water treatment facilities do a great job making water available for our homes, for cleaning, and all the things we need to use water for, I would not recommend drinking the city water if you're sick or dealing with a diagnosis or otherwise experiencing dis-ease. You just don't want to take the risk of whether or not those added toxins are getting into your body from the water you drink. All right, so great. What are the alternatives to city water? Well, the best alternative we have found to city water, and maybe well water too, depending on your property and water source, is reverse osmosis. Let me first explain what reverse osmosis is. Unlike a water treatment plant that uses chemicals or carbon filtration to clean up the water, reverse osmosis pushes water through a microscopically small filter material. The semi-permeable membrane has a pore size of this teeny size 0.0001 microns. A micron is 1/1,000,000th of a meter. For reference, any particle less than 50 or 60 microns is too small to see with the naked eye. Consider that a water molecule is approximately 2.75 angstroms. And for reference, 1 meter is 10 billion angstroms. Those water molecules are tiny. But that means only the small little water molecules are allowed through that semi-permeable membrane, and all the other contaminants are filtered out. Nice, huh? This process of reverse osmosis was actually originally designed to desalinate seawater and remove heavy metal contaminants from the water. And here's the good news. You do not need to install an expensive reverse osmosis system in your home, and you will not go broke buying this water at the store either. So what is the real-life application here? Getting clean reverse osmosis water is very affordable, especially if you buy it in the 5-gallon jug. Locally, we have 2 grocery stores which offer a reverse osmosis filling station, Cub Foods, and a local Whole Food store called Lakewinds. We pay just a little less than $1 a gallon to fill up our 5-gallon jug. That's a lot better than those bottled water prices. We fill that 5-gallon jug, tip it over onto a ceramic water dispenser, and voila! We have a nice clean source of toxic-free, well, as toxic-free as it can be, water for drinking and rehydrating. Let me tell you also, it'll make the best morning cup of coffee you've ever had. All right, so moving on to our last easiest thing you can do to clean up your home and lessen the load on your body system is, number 3, clean up your personal products. Our skin is a beautiful, creative wonder, a miraculous living and dynamic structure of the human body, and it's actually the largest organ of the integumentary system. This amazing, active, and living organ has 4 levels of defense and does a lot for our bodies. We feel things we touch. We sense pain to avoid danger and injury. We sweat to cool our body. It makes oils to keep our skin soft and supple. The hair follicles help to control our body's temperature and protect the body from injury. There's also blood vessels that are around the dermis, which nourish the skin and also help to control our body's temperature. The dermis is also home to the lymphatic vessels. Those are an important part of the immune system and help to fight off infections and other harmful substances that come into contact with our system. And after all of that, our skin, when exposed to the sunlight, creates vitamin D, which is a key vitamin for a strong immune system and helping us fight off diseases. Wow! The epidermis effectively forms a barrier against all those would-be invaders. And to do this, it has a semi-permeable membrane, which helps to maintain proper moisture within the body. Okay, so now that the science lesson is done, why do you care? And why does it all matter? Because, my friend, when you slather on your lotions, your soaps, your perfumes, and other products onto your skin, you are also putting dozens of chemicals that are in those products onto your skin, which, remember, I just said, is semi-permeable, which means some of those chemicals can potentially get into your body too. Have you ever had a reaction to a skin or a face lotion? For me, it's sunscreen. Anytime I put that stuff on my body, I break out something fierce. So obviously I don't do that anymore. But if you want to reduce the toxic burden on your body, take a hard look at the ingredients that are in your lotions, your soaps, your makeup, shampoo, conditioners, body wash, and fragrances. And I know this one's a tough one, but also look at your deodorants. Most people don't realize that the active ingredient in most deodorant brands is aluminum. Go ahead, check your label. That deodorant goes onto your body, under your arms, in an area very specifically known for sweat, so those pores are ready and open for absorption. And that product gets absorbed into your system. So if you are interested in reducing the toxic load on your body, just be aware that all of these different personal products and the ingredients that are going on your beautiful skin are also going into your body. Now, before I move on to the alternatives for these personal products, I want to just pause for one moment and consider one of the most prominent toxic offenders in the personal products bucket, which people often tend to completely ignore: perfumes, fragrances, and air fresheners. These products can be so captivating, mesmerizing. In fact, they're formulated to be exactly that. And while they do usually contain a trace of some natural essences, they also contain a dozen or more hazardous synthetic chemicals. To protect their trade secrets, manufacturers are not required to disclose those ingredients, and the chemicals in your perfumes can carry allergens that not only affect you, but affect the people who are around you. They're also associated with hormone disruption. The chemicals in perfumes and fragrances accumulate in the human tissues. Here's another surprising fact. While women often wear perfume to smell attractive for their mate, ironically, one of the chemicals in this study found in the perfumes is actually linked to sperm damage, and it concentrates in both the human tissue and breast milk. This is not something you want to be putting on your skin or into your system if you can avoid it, especially if you're already fighting a dis-ease or a potential health concern. Also, if I can add one more thing to consider, even if you love perfumes and you are willing to take on that toxic risk, please consider that there are people around you who are fighting for good health. A lot of them. And many of them are really bothered by the perfumes that you so enjoy. And so while you might be trying to make yourself smell beautiful and wonderful, you might also be making the environment for those around you a lot more difficult and even a bit toxic for them to be in. Okay, so what are the alternatives here? If you'd really like to have some kind of perfume type of substance that'll freshen up yourself and help you feel even more beautiful, try using some pure essential oils right on your skin, which are the essential oils that so many perfumes claim to be. Rose and lavender are two essential oils that are fantastic options, and they also carry healing properties for the skin. You could also put a few drops of your favorite scent in a diffuser and let that 100% pure essential oil waft through your home and fill your home and your lungs with a non-toxic alternative that will be truly enjoyable. As far as alternatives for soaps, shampoos, conditioners, and even deodorants, there are so many personal preferences out there that I'm going to have to encourage you to research that one for yourself to find the things that you enjoy. There are deodorants out there which do not have aluminum or have a much lower content of it. There are also many other personal care products that have fewer toxins out there and are taking a natural approach to their ingredients. So I would encourage you to vote with your dollars and buy those products that take a much more natural approach. Another alternative cleanser that I have to mention, because it seems like it's the biggest unknown secret for all women, is makeup remover. Ladies, stop using your toxic makeup remover around your sensitive eye areas and on your face. Get yourself a bottle of pure coconut oil. Put a little of that on a cotton swab or a cotton ball, and voila! Makeup comes off effortlessly. And in the process, you just moisturized your skin with a 100% complete and beautiful product from nature. So much cheaper. Oh my goodness, and so much better for you. All right, my friends, let's do a really super quick review. We covered a lot of things today. The 3 easiest things you can do to clean up your home and lessen the toxic load on your body. Number 1, clean up your cleaning products and stop using dangerous chemicals to clean your home. Number 2, clean up your drinking water and find a clean source, perhaps reverse osmosis water, so you can hydrate with clean, happy water while on your healing journey, and also make the best cup of coffee you've ever had. And number 3, clean up your personal products. Stop putting that toxic load on your skin. Stop using toxic makeup remover, get that coconut oil, and please, for the love of all of those around you, stop using perfumes, fragrances, and filling the air with toxins which are hazardous to your body and to all of those around you. Okay, that was a lot of information to take in for one episode. I hope you took notes. But guess what? You can listen to this episode over and over again as many times as you want to. But all kidding aside, I hope you can start to see from what we covered today just how much power you have to start taking some baby steps and reduce the toxic load on your bodies. But please hear this one last piece of advice, okay? Do not try to do all of this overnight. Choose one thing. Choose one cleaner, one soap, or just change out your water this week. Just do one small change to start reducing the number of those internal paper cuts that your body is getting with all of these environmental chemicals we use every single day. Chemicals we've just never given a second thought to. Yes, you can move toward a cleaner home by getting rid of the cleaners, which are making it less clean. Yes, you can hydrate your body with clean water that will actually help you heal. And yes, you can make yourself attractive for longer in life by getting rid of the personal products you're using to be attractive. It's kind of ironic, isn't it? But it is doable, my friends. You don't have to stop living. Just start paying attention to the things you're putting in and on and around your body and make better, cleaner choices. 10 years from now, you will thank me. Thank you for joining me today at the Sunshine Cafe. We have a couple more of these episodes in this mini-series, so please come back next week and join me once again. Have a great week. God bless you, and we'll see you right back here next week at the Sunshine Cafe.